Okay, let's start with the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, second theory of the chapter. So I'll write the two postulates. Here, first postulate is shape of the molecule. Shape of the molecule will depend on number of valence electron on central atom, this is first postulate. We'll stick to this. Okay, there are many more in a textbook, NCERT. We'll stick to this and we'll clear our doubts. The second is electron pairs. Now electron pairs means it is bond pair and lone pair tend to occupy or tend to orient themselves in space around the central atom in such a way that it minimizes repulsion and maximizes distance. Okay, so let me clear you what is a bond pair and a lone pair over here. See, you take any molecule like ammonia. If I take, this is what the structure, hydrogen. Okay, and this is what the lone pair is, right? So this is the lone pair, and this, the bond which is formed, this is called as a bond pair. In the case of water molecule, the actual structure of the water molecule, these are the bond pair, these are the two lone pair, this is two lone pairs over here, and these two are bond pair. So this is what the definition of the lone pair and the bond pair. So interaction between these, like how they interact, or forces of repulsion is of following order. Okay, that is lone pair. I'll just write LP for a lone pair. Lone pair interaction will be maximum compared to the lone pair and the bond pair. Here there will be a little less interaction, less repulsion between lone pair and a bond pair compared to that of the lone pair, and the least repulsion will be between a bond pair and a bond pair. Means, for example, if I am writing a water molecule, let's take this simple example of the water molecules. Then this is a central atom, oxygen. This is oxygen. This is, or I'll show it. Still less angle will be a less. Means less repulsion means less angle. Okay. This is not in two dimension. Understand that all this lone pair and this is not in one plane. Actually, it is a tetrahedral geometry. I'm just showing the repulsion. So lone pair will repel to a maximum extent. You can see that here they are repelling to a less extent, and they are repelling to a least extent. So this is lone pair, this is lone pair, bond pair, and this is bond pair. Less repulsion means less angle, more repulsion, more angle, or more distance between them. So this is what the concept is. Let's understand some structures. Okay, let's understand some structures using valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Why only certain molecules have a certain geometry? Okay, why bond pairs oriented, like geometry? Generally we write the water molecule is having a band geometry, or carbon ammonia has a trigonal pyramidal geometry, right? So why it is? So let's understand this. So first we'll discuss molecules without a lone pair. So I am discussing about a structure. This is very important part of this thing, structure. So first I'll be discussing molecules without lone pairs. Like for example, we'll start with BeCl2. Okay, first I'll write BeCl2. BeCl2 is a beryllium. Beryllium atomic number is 4. Atomic number for the beryllium is 4. Electronic configuration is 1s2. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. So valence electron for the beryllium is 2, means it is beryllium, and this is a chlorine and this is another chlorine. Means both the electrons of the beryllium is utilized for bonding. There is no lone pair on this. If you see the first postulate, what we said, shape the molecule will depend upon the number of the valence shell, right? Valence shell electron, right? So here there is no lone pair. So what is there? There is just bond angle, and bond angle they can stay maximum as apart as possible is this 180 degree. They cannot, like if you are increasing the angle 180, it will, like this is the optimum distance that they can stay apart, right? It cannot be this. It cannot be this. Means this distance will be more. This angle will be more. But this will be less. So beryllium chloride. So here there is a molecule we learnt in which they will tend to stay as apart as possible. In this case, there is no lone pair. But this is a bond pair which will repel to a maximum extent. Next, we'll take BF3. Next, we'll take an example of BF3. BF3. If you see boron is having how many valence electron? Z for the boron is 5, that is atomic number is 5. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. It is having 3 valence electron, and so boron forms a molecule. Although this is a limitation of the octet molecule which I am discussing over here, this comes under the limitations of the Koszal-Lewis dot theory, right? So this is fluorine, this is fluorine, and this is fluorine. All the 3 electrons are utilized for bonding. There is no lone pair again. What is there? Only bond pair. So bond pair will stay as apart as possible. So that as apart is what? How much angle? This is 120 degree, right? This is also 120 degree, and this is also 120 degree. So this is staying as apart as possible. BF3. We'll take example of the methane. We'll take example of the methane. C, that is methane. Carbon's atomic number is 6. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, means it is having 4 valence electron. So carbon, it will have a tetrahedral angle. Tetrahedral angle is the optimum angle, like maximum optimum angle which a tetrahedral molecule can have. Okay, something 109.5, 109.5, that is called as tetrahedral angle. And every angle, like tetrahedral structure is this way. Tetrahedral structure is this way. If I want to show you, it will be this way. In the simplest manner, we can understand tetrahedral structure is this way. Okay, this is what the structure will be, a tetrahedral. This is one angle, this is another angle, this is another angle. I must have holded it not exactly, but this angle, and this angle, and again this angle will be equal. All the angle, if all bond pairs are same. Okay, if there is a lone pair, if this is a lone pair, then it will push it down. It will push it down to more extent. Okay, so next is PCl5. Let's take PCl5. PCl5. Phosphorus is having 5 valence electron, right? Phosphorus atomic number is 15, and we know that it is a group 15 element, so it will have 5 valence electron. Sorry, yes, group 15 element, right? Nitrogen, phosphorus. So electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, right? This is the electronic configuration of the phosphorus. Phosphorus is having 5 valence electron. All the 5 bonds, 5 chlorine atoms will be oriented this way. One chlorine on the top, one chlorine on below. So here what we see is that all are bond pair, but here there are 3 120 angles, 120 degree. Remaining are 90, but this is the 3 120 angle. Like this is the optimum distance or optimal angle they can stay as apart as possible when there are 5 bonding atom or a bond pairs. Okay. One more example we'll take, that is SF6. E is SF6, where there are 6 pairs. So sulfur electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. It is having 6 valence electron. Atomic number is what? Z is equal to 16. So sulfur, this is fluorine, this is fluorine, this is fluorine, and this is also fluorine. They are in one plane. All these fluorine are in one plane. One above the plane and this is below the plane. This dotted is nothing, it is just to show that all 4 fluorines are in one plane. This is the possible geometry they can stay apart. This is called as a octahedral geometry. I forgot to mention geometry. This is called as octahedral. Arrangement of the electron pair or a geometry. See, when there is no lone pair, there will be 2 terminologies. One is arrangement of the electron pair and other is a geometry or a structure. Remember, so whenever it is arrangement of the electron pair, when there is no lone pair, now in all the molecules which I discussed from the beginning, that is BeCl2, boron fluoride, then methane, then there is PCl5, then SF6, in there were no lone pair. So when that is the case, the arrangement of the electron pair and geometry or a structure is one and same. Means over here the geometry or a structure or the arrangement of the electron pair is same, octahedral. Okay, for the beryllium chloride I did not write, no, so I'll write it over here. It is linear. You can just go back and check, it is linear. And BF3, it is trigonal, planar, right? Then methane, I discussed that to be a tetrahedral. And PCl5, it is trigonal, by pyramidal. Okay, and SF6 is octahedral. Okay, this is the thing. Now let us discuss about the molecules which are having a lone pair, molecules with lone pair. Second is geometry of molecules or a structure of the molecules with lone pair. 1 minute now. We'll take sulfur dioxide. First is sulfur dioxide. We know that sulfur is having how many? It is having 6 valence electron, right? 6 valence electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the oxygen. It is bivalent atom. It forms 2 bonds, each oxygen. So sulfur dioxide. So there is a lone pair on this. So this is the lone pair which is going to push this down and try to stay as apart as possible. Now this angle, now this will be changing to what? It will be changing to this. Right? Now this angle, all angles will be not is equal to 120, 120, 120. Why? Because this is the earlier case. If you compare that with a BCl3, it was, or BF3, all angles were 120, 120, 120. Why? The repulsion was same, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair. Here, repulsion was bond pair, bond pair, bond pair, bond pair, and bond pair, bond pair. But here there is a lone pair, bond pair, lone pair, bond pair, and bond pair repulsion. So lone pair, bond pair is always more than a bond pair, bond pair. So here there will be a maximum angle. This lone pair is going to push this down, and this angle will be less than 120. Remember this. Okay, this is the case with respect to sulfur dioxide. Now there are two possibilities. What is the arrangement of the electron pair? If I ask you what is the arrangement, okay, I'll write it here as a heading. Arrangement of electron pair. Arrangement of electron pair. What would be arrangement of electron pair? It is this trigonal planar. It will be a trigonal planar. Okay, and what about geometry or a structure? Geometry or a structure. It is bent. A structure for this is written to be a bent. Means when we write a structure or geometry, we just consider a bond pair. And here we consider both electron pair. Arrangement of the electron pair is about the electron pair. Means we'll consider both a bond pair and a lone pair. Here just we are going to consider a bond pair. Okay, let's go for a next structure. So NH3, let's discuss this. NH3. Okay, nitrogen. There is a nitrogen, there is a lone pair on this, and these are the three hydrogens. Obviously, there will be much more repulsion between lone pair and a bond pair. So here, bond angles won't be having a tetrahedral angle. Tetrahedral angle is 109.5. That angle won't be there. It will be less than that. This angle I am talking. So this is that lone pair is going to push this to more extent, right, in from the both sides, because it's lone pair, bond pair, repulsion. So if I ask arrangement of the electron pair over here is what? This is also electron pair, electron pair, electron pair. Lone pair is also electron pair. So arrangement of the electron pair is a tetrahedral over here, right? No. Arrangement of the electron pair is tetrahedral. What is the geometry or a structure? We don't consider a lone pair in that case. So it is like this only, nitrogen and a hydrogen. It is this, no? So what is that forming? Trigonal. It is trigonal pyramidal. Okay, that is trigonal pyramidal is the geometry or a structure. Next is H2O. Let's take H2, two lone pair, right? H2O. Again, this will be having a tetrahedral geometry. How they will orient themselves in a space is a tetrahedral. Like this is oxygen. This is while showing we write it this way. But I will show exact how it will be. A hydrogen. This is a lone pair, and this is also a lone pair. Like it is a kind of a tetrahedral structure. Means if I want to show over here, just understand this structure. A tetrahedral. This is a tetrahedral, right? This is a tetrahedral. But now these are not bond pair. Now you just understand that pairs without cap are lone pair. These are lone pair, these are bond pair. So they will tend to be at a maximum angle, and it will push this down. Okay, these molecules will be pushed down. Okay, so here this angle will be less than what we will say if we compare that with ammonia. The bond angles, actual bond angles will be less compared to that of the ammonia. So we'll understand what is this. Now over here, this is a lone pair, maximum repulsion. So what is the arrangement of the electron pair? Arrangement of the electron pair again over here is a tetrahedral. It is tetrahedrally oriented, means lone pair and the bond pair. What is the geometry? Geometry is bent for this. So what we have observed in ammonia, there was just one lone pair, and here there are two lone pair. So more is the number of the lone pair, less is the bond angle. You can just make a note of this. More is the number of Okay, what I'll do is I'll discuss this about the lone pair bond angles and all. I'll take one problem specially for that, and let's understand when the bond angle will be more, when the bond angle will be less. We'll do that in detail. Let's take SF4. SF4. So SF4 is sulfur, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. There are 6 valence electron on a sulfur, right? Sulfur is having 6 valence electron. So there are 4 fluorine. And see, always remember that lone pair always want to stay as apart as possible, maximum angle. They always want to stay at a maximum angle. So it is this one above and one below. Hope you understand. This is in one plane. All these fluorines are in one plane, right? And these lone pairs are above the plane and one is below the plane. So angle between the lone pair is 180 degree over here now. So here what will be a geometry? Like you can see that these angles between a fluorine sulfur fluorine bond angles, actual bond angles are 90 degree, which is much less than a tetrahedral angle, which is much less than a bond angle of the water. Why? Here if you see the overall thing, the bond pair, electron pair has increased. There are 6 electron pair. The earlier case water, there were just 4 electron pairs, right? So as the number of the electron pairs increases, what happens is that bond angles decreases. Okay, what is the arrangement of the electron pair? Arrangement of the electron pair is bond pairs and the lone pairs. It is octahedral. And what is the geometry or a structure? Geometry or the structure is written to be square planar. It is square planar is the geometry or the structure. We'll take one more example, ClF3. We'll take this example, ClF3. Chlorine is having how many electrons? 7 valence electron. I'll write 7 valence electron, 17, no? Atomic number 17, just check, it is 7 valence electrons. So chlorine is having 7 valence electron, out of which 3 will make bond. So there are how many lone pairs now? There will be 4 lone pairs. Yes, 2 lone pairs. Because 7 valence electron and it is this way. Cl, fluorine, and one above and one below. It is planar. This is in one plane. This fluorine, and this fluorine. Understand? Dotted is nothing. It is just to show that it is lying in one plane. This lone pair is above the plane. This lone pair is below the plane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 electrons are done over here, right? So the arrangement of the electron pair, for this is trigonal. It is trigonal by pyramidal. And what is the geometry or the shape? It is trigonal planar is the geometry. Means what we say, actual bonds, right? We say that we don't consider the lone pair in this case. Next is BRF5. BRF5. Bromine is having a 7 valence electron, out of which 7, 5 will be bond pair, right? And 1 will be lone pair. So I will write this structure like there are 6 electron pair. If there were 6, there are total 6 electron pair. This is fluorine, this is fluorine, this is fluorine, this is fluorine, this is fluorine. You take any position, wherever you write this one lone pair, it will be always equivalent in, it will equal. You write it here, you write it here, here, it is at an equivalent position. So what is this going to do is, it is slightly going to push this down, because that is a lone pair, no? The interaction is more. So this is going to go little down, right? So this is, although arrangement of the electron pair is octahedral, and this is distorted, this is a kind of distorted pyramidal structure, okay, distorted square pyramidal structure. Slightly it will be pushing it, or we can write square pyramidal structure for this geometry. Next is xenon fluoride. Next is xenon fluoride. XeF4. Yes. So xenon, it is a noble gas. It will have 8 valence electron, right? So 8 valence electron, out of which 4 are utilized for what? Bonding. So this is fluorine, and this is fluorine, and fluorine. Now 4 electrons are left. Means 2 lone pair. One over here and other over here. So what is the arrangement of the electron pair? It is octahedral. What is geometry? Only you consider this which is lying in a plane like this fluorines. So it is square planar is the geometry. So this is the everything. These are the molecule, how a molecule tend to orient themselves in a space. It is because of the lone pair and the bond pair repulsion, and different molecule depending upon the number of the lone pair, bond pair will have a different shape. We'll take one example where we will understand how the bond angles, on what factor the bond angles are dependent on. Okay, let's solve this question quickly. A question says that a pair of species having identical shapes for a molecules of both the species, like both the species should have a identical shape. So let's take CF4 and SF4. CF4 and SF4. See, carbon is having 4 valence electron. Carbon is having 4 valence electron. So this is what will be a structure. Fluorine and the fluorine. There is no lone pair on this, but in the SF4 it is 6 valence electron. 6 valence electron, out of which 4 will form a 4 bond pair and 1 will be remaining as a lone pair, right? So SF6 structure is this way. This is sulfur, this is fluorine, right? This is fluorine and this is fluorine and this is fluorine. This structure is called as seesaw structure. Like this lone pair, this fluorine and this lone pair lie in a one plane. This fluorine is above, this fluorine is down, but this structure and this structure is not same because it is because of the lone pair, right? So they are not same. Let's take a xenon fluoride, XeF2 and CO2. See, XeF2 structure will be this way. This is fluorine, this is fluorine. Okay, xenon is having how many electron? It is having a 8 valence electron. Okay, XeF2 will have 8 valence electron, out of which 2 are utilized for bonding. So this is fluorine, 2 electrons of the xenon. These 2, and this is 2. Right here they are in one. These lone pair are in one plane. So structure is linear of the fluorine, xenon, fluorine is linear. And what about carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is this way, linear structure. There is no lone pair on this, right? So this is linear, right? So this is a maximum angle where the lone pair can stay up, but that is in one plane. So answer is option B. Why not BF3 and PCl5? You can do it yourself. This is also same, IF5 and IF7, PF5 and IF7, because in both the cases phosphorus and iodine, the number of lone pair is going to vary. Okay, I'll discuss this also, remaining thing. BF3 and PCl5. BF3 structure is this. We have discussed. There is no lone pair on this, only 3 bond pair. It is trigonal planar. And PCl3 structure will be, it is having 7 valence electron, out of which 3 will be lone pair. PCl3, I guess BF3, okay, PCl3, phosphorus. It is not, phosphorus is having 5 valence electron. So it is Cl, and this is one lone pair. It is trigonal pyramidal structure, not the same. So this is not the correct, this is not the correct. PF5 and IF5. PF5 structure is this: phosphorus, fluorine, one above, one below. This is in one plane. These 3 are in one plane. And IF7, IF5, there are 7 valence electron. right? It is like a distorted, distorted square pyramid. There will be one lone pair, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So they are not the same. So the answer is option B. Okay, this question. The correct order of bond angles in H2S, NH3, BF3 and silicon hydride. Bond angles is asked. I'll make some statements. Okay, you can just take the help of these things whenever these questions are asked regarding a bond angles. So the thing is, you have to remember this. Maximum number of electron pair, or we'll write electron bond angles is inversely proportional to electron pair, to the number of electron pair. More is the number of electron pair, less will be a bond angle. This is one thing. But when molecules have same number of electron pair, molecule having higher number of lone pair will have least bond angle. Okay, when electron pair, the number of the electron pair is same, that time we'll count one which is having, will consider the lone pair in which there is more lone pair. In that case, bond angle will be less. Okay, mark these rules and we'll solve this question. Okay, I'll just write the lone pairs and the electron pair for each of this. So lone pair is a part of the electron pair, no? So we'll write this. Silicon, or we'll start with H2S. What is the number of electron pair? I'm just writing EP for this. And this is for lone pair. Electron pair will have a lone pair and a bond pair. So I want first, what is the number of electron pair over here? H2S. Sulfur is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So it will be having H2S structure will be sulfur like that of the water, H2S structure will be like that of the water, this way. Tetrahedral structure. Arrangement of the electron pair will be tetrahedral. Here, electron pair are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Means I'll consider this. Lone pair is, there are 2 lone pair. Then in the case of NH3, the structure is this way. Hydrogen, and 1 lone pair. So electron pairs are 4, the lone pair is 1. Okay. Then BF3 structure is this way. Boron, fluorine, and fluorine. There is no lone pair. So BF3, there are 3 electron pair, 0 lone pair. And what is remaining? Silicon hydride. Okay, silicon hydride is like a methane, that is 4 electron pair, 0 lone pair, means it is this way, similar to that of this, 0 lone pair. So among this, the one which is having maximum electron pair, now maximum electron pair is this and this, right? 4 electron pair, but since they are having 4 as an electron pair, we can't make a judgment based on this. We'll have to look for the lone pair. So one which is having maximum lone pair is H2S, right? So H2S will have least bond angle. Then what will come is NH3. Okay, then what will come is 0 lone pair for a hydrogen, silicon hydride, and maximum bond angle is for this, which is having 3 electron pair, that is BF3. So the answer is option C.